So we are coming along. I kind of fast forwarded it a little bit because you had the concept, but we still got to put a couple more in here. I'm just pulling through the pull it up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. But yeah, so where we at with it? This is where we at. So I want to add a little bit more to like fill in these spaces. Going in and simple chain. And with the numbers, like I said, it depends on the size, dowel head, and the style that you're going for. So I normally don't, so I did the numbers just now, but I normally don't go by numbers. I go by, I do a little bit. Let's move this out of the way. I do a little bit, and then what I do is I take it and I will stretch it down to where I want it to go. And see, I see that has to be a little bit longer. So I have to make it longer. Probably about 2 or 3. You have 2 sides. That's that bumpy side. I don't want the bumpy side. You want to tighten it up with the tail. I don't want the bumpy side. I want the flat side. That's the bumpy side, so I want this side. Here we go. I want that side. Make sure that you got that it's the flat side. So I'm stretching this down to where I want this to go. And you want to make sure that it's nice and tight because you want, you know, if you are doing keychains, baby dolls, you know, when people start to touch it, you don't want it to move out of place because, you know what I mean, it's not tight enough. Slip stitch. Because it's not tight enough, so you want to make sure. And I just slip stitch that and I chain 1, bring it up. Cut that. Bring it through. Then you just place it where you want it to go. So yeah, you want it to be so when they go touch it, or if, like I said, they're using it as a keychain or anything in that order, you want it to be, you know, it stays in place. You don't want to have to worry about the person worrying about, oh, this just keep moving and yada yada yada. You don't want to have to worry about that. And it really does not take long to do. It's really fast. It's fast. And if you are fast, you'll be done in no time. Like, it doesn't really take that long. See, it's coming along. With the cornrows, you're filling in different, you know, the different spaces and stuff. You know, make it realistic. Like, that's a little bigger gap, so you want to fill that gap in. And then you gotta fill, you know. So it's very, very, very simple, y'all. But it's a cute look. Something different. And like I said, I don't have so much a chain because right now I'm just making, and it's all in chain. I'm just chaining. I'm not really doing certain numbers. I'm chaining and I'm just fitting it where I want it to go. You know what I mean? Does that kind of make sense? I'm really not going by, well, do 17 or do this or do that, because this is a small dowel. You may not be doing it on this small dowel. You can use this same method to do on a bigger dowel, you know? So, and like, I'm going to let one of these go, just one, because I want it tight. So that's why I said chain a couple and then you fit it to where you want to go. And when you do it so much, if you are making a Pacific keychain to doll baby or whatever the case may have you, you know, you can, you know, as you're doing it, you can count if you choose. I started off when I do it, but after I just take in, and I'm slip stitching this too. Remember, when you go to the end, you want to slip stitch it and then chain one, bring up and cut. You can use this method on, like I said, any type of dowel. Doesn't matter what size it is. And we are coming along, y'all. And even too, another thing, y'all, I will do in another video. If y'all want to sew weave into the baby doll's hair and y'all want it to be like, is really realistic, you know, you can do the same pattern and sew the tracks in on these cornrows. If you, you know what I'm saying, wanted to do that and be like, say it is a person like that and you wanted just to mock everything about them, you know, because I do stuff like that. Like I mock people with different pictures. I mean, down to the hair, everything, as close as I can get it. So this is what I have for the back. It's coming along, right? It really is. It's coming along. So what I am going to do, because we are getting to the end, I want to come in this part. You could do your cornrows and stuff off, and this is offset. You could do your cornrows and things like that offset. And I brought out 2 needles. I did bring out 2 needles, but I actually only worked with this one because the dowel head was so small. But if you want to switch up, you can do that. You can do that if that's what you want to do. I had intentions to do that, but as I got into it, it just, you know, it ended up to be a little different. But if that's something that you would like to try or do, you can do it. And you do the same thing. The only difference is that the needle is different. That's it. You have 2 sides. This is the bumpy side. This is the regular side. You're going to turn it to that flat. I'm talking about regular side. It's the flat side. You're going to turn it to that flat side the way that you want it. And actually, I could have, but no, I'm going to do it like this because you could get funky with it, but y'all can be very creative. I'm sorry. I ain't having any camera for y'all guys to see. But you can get creative with it because where I'm going to put this at, you could put it like right here and then have another one come around. You know what I mean? It doesn't actually have to match the whole shebang. Like, you can be very creative with this. And I think I might do something. So I'm going to take a couple of them out just to get a shorter look. Just to get a shorter look. I gotta take out one more. Because I want it tight. I don't want it to move. That should be good. And I'm gonna slip stitch it. Chain one. Remember, always at the end, slip stitch, chain one. Cut, pull through is in there. Yeah, I wanted to, like, you know, you can be creative and, like, you know, change it up. And then weave this. This, I love these little needles, like when you sew it in. These are, I'm sorry, these are like your best friends. I love these things because with doing the crochet needles and things like that, I'm so sorry, y'all. I got tongue tied. With doing these little styles and like even with the mouths and stuff, you do a lot with these needles. You do. I feel like you do more with the needles than you do with the crochet hook. So I love these little things. Very easy to thread too. I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. And sometimes when I'm doing stuff and talking, sometimes it throws me off because I don't do a lot of counting and stuff and all this stuff. I'm going by a lot with just what my head, you know, what my mind is telling me. And then I guess when I get to talking and stuff, it throws me off a little bit. But we are getting there. I'm putting one more. I'm going to put one more. But you get the concept of it. You know what I'm saying? How to do it. And right now, I'm just styling it. I'm just styling it. And I just wanted to show you how, you know, just you could be long, it could be short, just different ways, different styles. And shoot, you could chain a lot of them and make a little bun to go on the back. Maybe we will do that at the end. Chain a couple of them and make a little bun and do in the back. And then, you know, sew it down or whatever and make her look like she has a little bun. But it's no wrong or right way. This might be our last one, I think. So I'm gonna bring the camera down just so that you can so I can make sure that you're actually getting what I'm doing. And I probably do this a little bit slower. Okay. Stick. Okay, got it. So we're going to chain. I'm not doing a specific number. I'm just chaining. And then we're going to stretch it down to see if that's long enough. You have a flat side. You have a bumpy side. You want the flat side, so you make sure that you are turning your work. And sometimes, just like I turned it around that way because it was, if I would have turned around the other way, it would have bumped it up, and I didn't want it to be bumpy. So is that I think it should be a little bit longer. I think it could be a little bit longer. So I'm going to chain a couple more. It still could be a little bit longer, so I'm going to chain some more. We might got to do about 3 or 4. Yeah, that should be perfect. Actually, I'm going to let one of them go. Sorry. Y'all see what I did? You have the flat side. I chained all of that. You have the bumpy and the flat. I turned it around to where I wanted it to be. And actually, sometimes you have to turn it, you know what I'm saying, like this or whatever. And I turned it all the way around because it was just simpler. It's not giving me that bump or taking it, making it look like, you know what I mean, like I twisted it. I don't want it to look like I twisted it. I want it to look natural. So you could either go around like that. I think going around here was better. So I took it and I brought it around. And I reached it all the way to the bottom. I'm going to go in pull it. I'm going to slip stitch it. Chain 1, and I'm going to cut. Bring it through, tighten it up, make sure it's nice and tight. Tighten up that front. Make sure it's where you want it to be. I think it's good. Then if you take your needle, see how I'm getting ready to take this, because I want to cover this part. I don't want to show that. And if you do have a style that you want to show and you want to make a part, and then I'll show you how to do that as well. But I don't really want to show too much of that, so I will put, see that opening part? I'm going to take this and then bring it up a little bit to cover that, because I really don't want to show that. And see, I covered it. See, take it and you just bring it up and, you know, you cover it. Stitch this in. Weave it in. I'm taking my needle, going in it and lifting it. I'm sorry, I don't know why I was doing that. You lift it and then you tuck it. You lift it and then tuck it right there. And I made a cute little style. And if you want to make another one to come around to make it even lower, you know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted to give it a cute swoop, you could do that too. Like that's, you know, let's do another one. Let's do one more. See how creative we can get with it. Right? We don't have to chain that many of them because it's going to be like a short one. Let's test the waters and see. Turn it. I'm going to do it a little bit longer. Not that long, but a little bit longer. Probably put up 3 more. Yeah, that's good enough. So we want that flat side. We're going to turn it and we're going to go in somewhere here. Slip stitch it. I'm sorry, trying to keep it underneath the cabinet so you see. Slip stitch it. Pull that part. Chain 1. Bring it up a little bit. And then cut. Pull it, tighten it up. Make sure it's on the right side, you know, because you want that flat part. And then pull it to where you want it to go, because you was looking for the swoop. And you did it. And Tuck that in. And this is what it looks like. And if you want to, you know, close in some gaps and things like that, you could do that and make it as a style. Now, I'm going to show how you can make actually, like if it was a part on the side, which would be really, really cute.